Set to go now in Week 6 on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Prescott from the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now a play fake here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mariota now to throw on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Play fake. Mariota. To the left side here for Eifert. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Third down. Here's McCaffrey. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Play action now. Mariota. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
47.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
46. 46.
3rd and long for Prescott. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Prescott on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They go play action. Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. Whoosh. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd down, Mariota. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz.
And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Eluding the pressure right. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Drake. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. To play in a tightly contested 1st half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
It's coming now.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, or stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
First down, Mariota. Rolling to his left. Going deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Mariota. Wide open receiver, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Mariota now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Mariota. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Buying time to his left. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. A big play that time through the air. 42 yards. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be brought down. That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Prescott now on 2nd down. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Prescott, and this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Sturgis for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Let's go. Let's finish now. 26.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and the lead is now 24. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Right back to Drake. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On third and short, Drake. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Back now in Cincinnati. On the give, this is Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Counter play, Drake. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Drake, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 45 yards. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw is Prescott. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This throw caught right around the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
They'll try to pound it in with Gallman. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But it was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Mariota here to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Sturgis for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows?
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing. Prescott. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Wow.